Doki Doki Wholesome Sunshine is a Doki Doki Literature Club fan mod that is not affiliated with Team Salvato. It is designed to be played only after the official game has been completed and contains spoilers for the official game. Game files for Doki Doki Literature Club are required to play as mod can be downloaded for free at that place. By playing Doki Doki Wholesome Sunshine, you agree that you've completed Doki Doki Literature Club and accept any spoilers contained within. I agree. Oh god. I set my headphone volume too loud. It is now appropriate. This game is an official fan or unofficial fan mark, unaffiliated with Team Salvato. So, it's Hallie, and welcome to Wholesome Sunshine, a mod by Trisha Serpifu, or however you say that, who is also known for several other mods. I don't remember which one this one is about. I think it's you're in the club, and you just get to be friends with everybody instead of pursuing them romantically. I'm Hallie, and we're just gonna go for it. Yeah!
Hey!
I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighborhood good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me.
I overslept again. But I caught you this time.
Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you.
You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, Hallie.
Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something.
Fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean even if you want to.
Whatever you say, Sayori. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. Hi, fan characters in Yuri. I don't really know any of them in person, now that I think about it. Sayori is not just my oldest friend, but also my only female friend. I do try to get to know girls from time to time, but I always seem to scare them off. The advertisements always lie. They say, dude, toothpaste will make you the hottest guy around, and I am not treated like someone any girl would want to date. Sometimes I think Sayori only sticks around because she feels sorry for me, considering I am almost wanted to run away from her. Or wait, I didn't read that right, did I? Considering I almost wanted to run away from her. Yeah, no, that was a perfectly normal sentence that I butchered somehow.
By the way, Hallie, have you decided on a club to join yet?
A club? I told you already, I'm really not interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either.
That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year.
Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about.
I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me. And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you.
Maybe I should just call this a lucky day and join a club. Sayori probably knows what's better for me. Alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though.
Will you at least promise me you'll try a little?
Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that.
Yay!
Many people get less innocent smiles over the years, except for Sayori. Her smile, while be sweet and innocent, even when she will be gray and old. Okay. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. I am currently at the wall. I know the classroom's walls better than anybody else, considering how much time I have while I am bored to analyze them. Okay. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club.
Hello?
Sayori? Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom.
I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in.
You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late to your own club.
Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know.
Know what?
Well, that you could come to my club.
Sayori,
Yeah?
there is no way I'm going to your club.
Maybe.
Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title of vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. And also I heard that in her club are only girls. I don't want to ruin it for her. While it is nice that she lets me out on a girls-only club, I don't think it will end nicely. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club.
Come on, please.
Why do you care so much anyway?
Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything.
Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead or if she's so cunning as to have planned all of this out. I let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay?
Yes, let's go.
And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door.
Everyone, the new member is here.
I told you, don't call me a new member. I glance around the room.
Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you.
Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere.
Ah, Hallie, what a nice surprise. Welcome to the club.
All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. I'm kind of surprised it didn't change that line. Here we go. Don't get ahead of yourself, Hallie. This isn't a harem anime. While I may get the chance to build some deep bonds, I should not rush it. I don't want to repeat what happened to Kotonoha.
What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it.
Sorry.
Natsuki.
The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. I almost started narrating in Natsuki's voice. God, her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. She is also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori.
You can just ignore her when she gets moody.
Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then turns back toward the other girls.
Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club.
Don't say things like that.
Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Ah, well, it's nice to meet both of you.
And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right?
Oh, that's right. It's great to see you again, Hallie.
Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked while we were in the same class last year, but still the girl I have the second best relationship with. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically, completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little off. I think this is nothing more than a hollow gesture. You too, Monica.
Come sit down, Hallie. We made room for you at the table, so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited.
Then how about I make some tea as well?
The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there is one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room, where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the door. The closet. My god, I can't... What is wrong with me? Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori, the only real choice I have in this situation. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand.
Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Whoa!
Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing, and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears.
So cute!
I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki.
Well, you know. Just hurry and take one.
Sayori grabs one first, then Monica. I follow.
That's delicious!
Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. I never had someone bake a cupcake for me. Well, to be honest, this cupcake wasn't not for me. It was for the new member. It wasn't not. But it still gave me a feeling like I am truly welcome here. Like this is an extension of Sayori's kindness. And there was no period. Thank you, Sayori.
Well, why are you thanking her? It's not like she...
Natsuki seems caught by her cupcakes, resulting in praise for Sayori. No punctuation. Of course, also thanks to you, Natsuki.
No problem, I guess I get where you were coming from with thanking Sayori. Trust me, I also thank Sayori for Veronica's club sometimes.
Ah, but I need to genuinely praise your work on these cupcakes. You would make a great baker.
Of course I would make a great baker. The cupcakes are going to be a member magnet at the festival.
The festival is a yearly event where every club does a fancy presentation. It is actually in just a week. Will Sayori's plans to get me into this club fail, I still have that event to see many potential clubs. I just never went there before because clubs never appealed to me all that much. I am sure they are going to be new member magnets, as it might have worked on me.
So, what made you consider the literature club?
I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seems really happy here, so...
That's okay, don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone.
Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year?
Well, you know. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget, publicity, and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream.
Monica really is a great leader.
Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club.
You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone?
Yeah,
We'll do our best.
you know it.
Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they were all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Maybe making them happy is reason enough to join them, even if it only is so that I can help at the festival to make some proper literature fans join. Because I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature.
So, Helene, what kinds of things do you like to read?
Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga, I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet.
Not much of a reader, I guess.
Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri?
Well, let's see.
Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger.
My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive.
Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people.
But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately.
I read a horror book once. I desperately grasp something I can relate to at the minimum level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock.
Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you. I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think, or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment.
Ugh, I hate horror.
Oh, why's that?
Well, I just...
Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second.
Never mind.
That's right. You usually like to write about things or cute things, don't you, Natsuki?
What? What gives you that idea?
You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called...
Don't say it out loud. And give that back.
Fine.
Your cupcakes, your poems. Everything you do is just as cute as you are.
Sayori sidles up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders.
I'm not cute.
Natsuki, you write your own poems?
Well, I guess so. times. Why do you care?
I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime?
No!
Natsuki averts her eyes.
You wouldn't like them.
Ah, not a very confident writer yet.
I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities, and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart.
Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers.
I guess it's the same for Yuri.
Oh, I wanted to read everyone's poems.
We all sit in silence for a moment.
Okay, I have an idea, everyone.
Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica.
Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then, next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it. Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Hallie?
Monica smiles warmly at me once again. There is no way I can decline them now. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up.
Yes, I'm so happy.
Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey!
You really did scare me for a moment.
If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the
Thanks, I guess.
Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share.
Monica looks over at me once more.
Hallie, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself.
Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food.
Hey, Hallie, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together?
That's right. Sayori and I never walk home together anymore because she always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well.
Yay!
With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. I wonder what my poem looked to be about. Probably about Sayori, at least somewhat. She would be the girl most likely to ignore my bad execution for my genuine effort. Plus, she deserves something nice, a little thank you for all she has done for me. While I continue to walk home, I think of what the poem could include. I begin to think of Sayori as a gardener, and me as a flower, and that metaphor leads me to thinking off a verse. What? I am watering plants in the garden, ensuring that they do not die, because the garden needs care, lots and lots of care, or else the garden will die. I hope I can turn this into a good poem for tomorrow. Don't rhyme die with die. It is now morning the next day. I start the day off by doing my usual morning routine. I guess that's us. Taking a shower, eating breakfast, and then brushing my teeth. But as I went to brush my teeth, I realized that I am all out of Dude toothpaste. That certainly sucks. But at least Dude toothpaste has a 24-hour lasting guarantee, so since I brushed my teeth last evening, it should be fine. At least as long as they did not lie about that too in their marketing. I should take a trip to the supermarket after school. I hope it doesn't turn into a birthday adventure. The school day is as ordinary as ever, but I had that urging feeling to check whether my poem is worth it or not. Because of that, I decided to meet BF, one of my male friends, and also his GF, since they are always together, when I found the time during a break. Hey BF and GF, I wrote a poem I wanted to show at the Literature Club, and I would appreciate it if you two can give me some feedback so I can do some last-minute adjustments. I then hand them my poem, and they both read through it.
This is a really good poem, Hallie.
Bop bop. Thanks. Is there anything I should change?
Not that I can think of. I am sure your literature club is going to love this poem.
This is a very surreal and nice feeling. They seem to legit really enjoy what I wrote. I can probably make Sayori happy with this poem. Maybe even the other girls of the literature club. Thank you two so much. I am glad I could make something that sounds good.
That is quite the achievement. I am sure with the help of someone like my parents, you can turn this into a very nice song.
Thanks for the offer. If Sayori turns out to really love this poem, I will consider looking into making it a song for her. Boop. And with that moment, I had much more encouragement. BF and his GF are truly nice people. While my bond with them is not as deep as with Sayori, it is nice to have someone I can rely on. While in retrospect, I am not sure how honest the GF was with her positive feedback, I still have a very positive and optimistic mindset as I head back into the club.
I
Hi again, Hallie. Glad to see you didn't run away on us.
Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the Literature Club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out.
Thanks for keeping your promise, Hallie. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it.
Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. Sari told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take it seriously, then you won't see the end of it.
Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room.
Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga.
Manga is literature.
Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat.